Hello students, how are you? Students, yesterday I explained the first part of the lesson, the third level. Now I am going to explain the second part of it. But that is the reason he said, and my friends all agreed everything points to it, they claim. Students, when Charlie told his separatist friend Sam about his entry at the third level of the Grand Central Station, then he replied that it was Charlie's waking dream, and he was dreaming while waking because he wanted to escape from the hustle bustle of the city and wanted to reach a peaceful place in order to live his life peacefully. And when Sam told this, then Charlie's all friends were agreed to him, and they were agreed to Sam. My stamp collecting, for example, that is a temporary refuge from reality. And they also said that Charlie's habit of collecting the stamps was also a temporary refuge, temporary shelter from the reality, because in collecting the stamps Charlie wanted to keep himself engaged in his stamps and wanted to escape from the city life, by which he was exhausted. Then Charlie agreed a little bit with his friends and said it might be the temporary refuge from the reality. It might be that I wanted to escape from the city life, that is why. It might be that Charlie wanted to escape from the city life, well, but my grandfather did not need any refuge from reality. And he also added that his grandfather did not need any refuge from reality. Even after that, he had the habit of collecting stamps. Things were pretty nice and peaceful in his day, from all I hear, and he started my collection. And Charlie said that during his grandfather's time, everything was quite well, everything was running quite well. He was living peacefully. Even after that, he had developed the habit of collecting stamps. And he started my collections. Charlie told his grandfather's collection as his collections because grandfather left his stamp collection for Charlie. After his death, grandfather left his stamp collection for Charlie. That is why Charlie was telling his grandfather's stamp collection as his own collections. It is a nice collection too. Blocks of 4 of practically every US issue, first day covers, and so on. And Charlie told that it was a nice collection. There were 4 cornered stamps, squared stamps, and in those stamps different types of stamps there. US issues, first day covers and so on. The stamps issued from US government and first day covers and different kinds of stamps were there in the collection. Students, first day covers, I want to tell you about first day covers. First day covers were the you can say envelope with the stamps on which the date was also written. Posting date also was written on that stamp, and those envelopes, those first day covers would be kept as a mementos by the stamp collectors. Listen, when the stamp collectors used to purchase the stamps on the day of its issue, and after purchasing that stamp, the stamp collector pasted that stamp on the envelope, and after that he wrote his address on that, his own address on that envelope, and then dropped it into the letter box. After that he received that envelope himself and used to keep that envelope as the memento. That is known as the first day cover. President Roosevelt collected stamps too, you know. And Charlie also told his friends that President Roosevelt also had the habit of collecting stamps. He was a president. Even after that, he was living life comfortably. Even after that, he had the habit of collecting stamps. Anyway, here is what happened at Grand Central. Now, Charlie, the narrator of the story, is addressing to the reader and is saying, reader, anyway, what happened at the Grand Central station he was going to. Anyway, what happened at the Grand Central station he is going to tell. One night last summer I worked late at office, and Charlie saying one night during last summer he worked late at his office. I was in a hurry to uptown to my apartment, so I decided to take the subway from Grand Central because it is faster than the bus. He is saying that after completing his work, he was in a hurry and he wanted to reach his house at uptown very soon. That is why he decided to move through subway underground way from Grand Central station, because he could reach his home at uptown faster than the bus. Now students, I think you will have understood the meaning of this part of the lesson very well. Now I request you to read and write the explanation which I will provide you in written, and tomorrow I will explain the next part of the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.